Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Wednesday, January the 11th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room. I share my screen all day long, and I get live on the mic at about 9 o'clock. And I go up to 3:30. Sorry, I go up to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of times I am quitting at around 3:30, but it depends on the day. Anyway, depends on the day. What another spectacular day for us in our trading room. Now, on a personal note, if you were in the room yesterday, a lot of people asked me. They knew I was in this trade at 123, and were asking me if I was going to swing this one. And I basically said no. I didn't think I was going to swing it. But let me just show you on the daily chart. First of all, why I would even consider swinging it is because, of course, this void. When you here, that's just a second here. Let me see if I can get this, bring this in. Hmm. Well, anyway, you can see that we have this area way up here that it could have reached. It did actually. Back to the 15-minute time frame. The bottom line for me though was, you see how it closed yesterday. So for me to swing, this was an area. Mark up here. Get my crosshairs here. This was an area right here where there was some resistance on the daily chart. And I thought, okay, this was the last 15 minutes of the day. It got very, very strong. And I thought, okay, I am going to hold this one because it's right into the resistance. Not the worst thing that could happen is maybe it drops a little bit tomorrow morning, but maybe it holds this and pops. Now, I had no idea it was going to do this. They basically had a press release after the market closed saying something to do with a Blue Shield deal in Texas, I believe. And so look what happened. I mean, this is the after hours yesterday, and this is the pre-market this morning. Well, obviously spectacular. So I actually sold. I sold some at in the pre-market at 241, and then the market opened up pretty, you know, pretty whippy action right here, but held on and end up selling some right up here at 330, and then I'm basically out the balance right around here as it dropped down below 3. So that turned out to be just a fantastic trade. Certainly set the tone, along with Kerr. Now, this had a massive drop here, but again, if you were in the room yesterday, you know that I bought this one right around here. I think it was 508. And the crazy thing is that now this did a reverse split the day before. And the crazy thing is that I was able to buy it, but I wasn't able to sell it. It was on because, and that's my broker's platform. I guess because it was a reverse split, they had to delay, had to search for shares and all. Seems to me a little crazy that they allow you to buy it, no problem, because I had no problem buying it. There was no search, and but on selling it. So I kind of sweated a bit, but I put in an order to sell, and eventually, it filled, and I got very, very, very lucky. It filled at 670. 670. This is in the after hours for me, 670. And then on the way down, I sold at 580. So again, turned out to be just an excellent trade, another low float situation. Now, this was so far, and I'm still in this one, MYOS. Massive shout out to Boomer in our room here. He mentioned this one. I didn't see the actual post, but around $1.45. And make sure I have to see where I got into this one. Okay. So now this did start showing up in some of my scanners. I got into this one really, really late. Again, a low float situation, only 1.5 million shares in the float. I'm still in this one, but I've traded this 3 times today. So I got into this stock at 227. So 227 is where I got into the stock. Look at the lift right all the way up to 320. I'd love to say that that's where I sold it all. Not quite. I sold some on the way up at 257, and then I sold some when it broke over 3. I sold some at over 3, and then on the way down at 275 to get completely out of this trade. Now, I did get back into the trade when it broke over 3. I took the trade at, I'm sorry, geez, I'm missing up here. Looking at my notes here, 295. I got into this trade when it broke over this level here. That's right. I was suggesting to people on this flag, if it took this out at 279, I would get in. Now this really moved quickly. So I took the trade at 295, popped up, and now this must have been whipping up and down because again, I'm looking at a 15-minute chart. I don't want to go to the fives, but bottom line is I sold almost immediately at 311, and then it came back down to 290. So I was in at 295, and it got back down to 290 before it popped up again. Again, if I look at a 5-minute chart, I'm sure it'd be more clear. Bottom line is I got in again. This has been the really, really nice move. But in again at 312, right here. That's close enough. So I got in again at 312, and look at this move up here. So quick. I sold some at 335, at 342, and 343, and just kind of holding on. I will get out if it gets down below 375. I want to see if it can pop over 4. I did not take the quick pop over 4, but want to see if it can hold. Come on. Want to see if it can hold this level right here and maybe make another move. Again, this is 1.5 million shares in the float. This is why we see moves like this. So this turned out to be just a fantastic, fantastic trade. You know, there were a couple other trades I made. URRE was another good one. Telling you this Alpha Predator is just on fire. BIOC, even if you weren't in it, you know, at 290. URRE, just to show you what happened after. You know, URRE. There was the alert on this candle at 284. It hit a high of 394. Just fantastic. And now MYOS eventually hit the Alpha Predator. You know, even if you missed all the stuff that I did, getting in at 270, you know, early on, I mean, this was just a great, great trade. This one is one I missed. 638 right here, 638. Hit a high of 1750. So this was on fire today. If you want it, just ask me for it and I'll give it to you. I want to get back into trading. I am in this SSKN. Another alert from Boomer. I'm in this SSKN at 66 cents. Took the trade just before I decided to do the video. 10 million in the float. So we'll have to see what happens with this one. So anyway, a lot of fantastic action in our trading room, and you know, we had a lot of people. Had over 560 people in the room today. So if you were first-time guest in the room, come on back. We do this every single day. No strings attached, as you probably are aware. Nobody asks you for a credit card. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas. You know, ultimately, we think that, you know, you'd want to take the program, but you know, there's don't put any pressure. We just, you know, put links in every now and then for subscription and our webinars and other links. But come on into the room. I share it all day long. This is the address to get in, and I usually open the room at about 8:45, and I get live at about 9 o'clock in the morning till up to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.